Hello happy gardeners, welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. We've got Katie on camera, say hello Katie.
Hello.
And today we're talking about at what point, I know the tension's gripping, at what point do you pot up your cyclamen once you've grown them from seed? I've done a few videos about this, but I still get quite a few questions about when is the best time to do it. Well, there is no real best time to do it. I've been growing some in trays here, and we could just leave them in the trays until the corms are almost touching each other. They could stay in here for a fair few years. But if we want to pot them up, and we want them to grow at a faster rate, we can start doing them when they get to this stage here. I'll just put on my glasses. Katie, if you'd like to spin in. Here we go. Now, I've dug a couple up just to show you. Here's a tiny little corm there. See that? We've got the little roots on the bottom. We've got a little leaf starting to form now. But the main thing we're looking at is the corm is brown in colour. It is no longer white in colour. See that? And we keep the roots on as much as we can, like that. So these little ones here, they are ready to go. We can actually start potting these up. So for this, we will need a potting mix, which I have in front of me. And this is made up of 3 things. It's made up of topsoil, about 5 parts. It's made up of gritty sand. Katie, can you show people what the gritty sand looks like? It's called different things in different countries, so I prefer to just sort of show what it looks like. Here's the topsoil. That's just normal topsoil, nice and sieved, full of loads of lovely nutrition. And I've also put in a little bit of reused grow bag or old hanging baskets. This is just to give it a bit of structure. I've mixed this all together, and I've also added some slow release fertiliser pellets. This is Q4, and I put in the right amount of those with the instructions, and there we go. So now we have got our potting mix. Now we want to pot these little things up into small pots. You don't want to put them in big pots. If you put them in big pots, you want to put quite a few in there, because if you just have one plant in a big pot, and it's not very big, it will not use all the water around the outside. It'll only use the water in the middle. It'll only be drinking that. And so the water around the outside will go stagnant. You can get mould growing and all this sort of stuff. So we want to use little pots. So I'm going to use 7 centimetre pots. So all we do is we just sort of, Katie, just sort of fill the pot up like that. Give them a bit of a tap down, like that. So it's nice and compact. And then I get the corm and ever so carefully, holding it by the leaf, lift him up, make a little hole here, pop him in, and then just gently do that. There we go. Now I can cover up the leaf, it doesn't matter, it will come up through, and that's it. There we go. So that's how small they can be if you want to pot them up. I'll just do one more just to show people. There we go. So you get your pot, you tap it down like this, and you lift up your little tiny corm, making sure you got him the right way up. It's a lot easier to do it once they put on a bit of growth. You can do this at any time of the year really, it doesn't really matter. Then we just pop them in like that, and cover them up. There we are. Now these here, I've been growing in a tray. They've been growing for the last year, and as you can see, you can start seeing the nice leaf come up. Now Katie's spinning that. I know that's going to be a nice leaf. He's got a lovely little sort of white spot in the middle. And anyway, so what we'll do is we'll pot him up. So I'm going to get my pot again, fill him up with a bit of compost, like that, make a little hole in the middle, maybe a little indentation, and I'm going to get my trowel in, or dinner fork, or anything you like really, and we're going to go in right away from it, in here like this, and then get right down to the bottom, and then just sort of ease it up gently, like that. You know, we don't want to be damaging any of these roots. There we go. And as you can see, this one is still, I'm just going against all what I've just said now. This corm is still quite pale. See? You see, that is quite pale. It's not as brown as the other ones. But with the amount of root on that and the amount of growth, he's all right to pot up. He's going to be okay. So, or she, or actually it's both, isn't it? I shouldn't genderise the plants. There we go. So there we are. We pop him in like that. Just a little bit around the edge like this. And there we are. That's it. Beauty. And that's it. So that's about the time to pot them up. Like I said, you can leave them in the trays for another year or so, but if you want to start planting them out and putting them into pots, they will grow a lot quicker, and you'll have beauties like this within about another 5 years. Anyway, this has been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery, just showing you how to get your cyclamen out of the trays, get them into pots and get them growing. The growing season has just started. Now is the time for action.